Throughout the story of Hajime no Ippo, we the audience are met with many characters, all with varying circumstances and goals. Some of these characters wish to achieve more personal goals, such as the knowledge of what true strength is, while some of these characters simply wish to put their determination and strength to the test, so they may stand at the pinnacle of boxing to receive the all-elusive title of World Champion. But when you delve deeper into the psyche of all these great boxing characters in the series, you realize they all have one similar trait shared between all of them. From the likes of nice-natured characters such as Ippo and Ozuma, to chaos-fiending characters like Sawamura and Sendo, they all have a passion for boxing. But there's one character that stands separate from the rest, one character that at the beginning of his boxing journey had a disdain for the sport, Alexander Volg Zangief. Okay, Editor Leroy here. Hello, this is my very first commentary type video, so if you're hearing this and it's ass, I'm sorry. I simply try and make calming and entertaining vids about stuff that I like to yap about. So if that seems like your cup of tea, I'll be glad to have you whilst you're listening to my videos. Any improvements I can do, if you want me to make it a bit faster, if you want me to make it a bit slower, a bit louder, a little bit quieter, just make sure you tell me in the comments, and trust me, it will be done. I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe. I know it's corny, but that's what all YouTubers have to say, and it really helps me, as this is my first ever type of thing I'm doing on this type of channel, and I'm no editor, and it's very hard to do, so anything will be appreciated. Thank you so much, and let me continue and give it back to Leroy from a few minutes ago. In the world of Hajime no Ippo, there are many instances that make the viewer truly contemplate about their lives, from Ippo's backstory and boxing debut to Miyata's Thailand training arc. All these moments up to the story most likely resonate into most Hajime no Ippo fans' minds. But I think there is one quote that trumps all of these moments, and it is stated by one of the most respected characters in the series to boot, Coach Iron Fist Kamogawa. If you truly weren't able to understand the depths of this quote, I'll rehash it for you, cause it's one of the best in the series. Not everyone who works hard succeeds, but those who have succeeded have worked hard. And both in the anime and manga, I think this quote specifically goes to 2 to 3 characters, which would be Ippo, Takamura Mamoru, and Volg Zangief. And out of the 3, I want to talk about the latter, as I think Volg doesn't get as much appreciation as the other 2 and has to have some type of detailed breakdown on YouTube. So I will take it onto my shoulders and do it myself. The first involvement of Volg in his story is in the Championship Carnival tournament, where his first opponent, which was Toshio Suzuki, the 4th ranked fighter in the Japanese featherweight division, was waiting for him. In the fight, it is shown to the watchers and viewers that Volg was leagues ahead of any featherweight fighter that has been shown to the viewers so far in the story. And the fight got to such a drastic point that Suzuki's trainer threw in the towel and begged for the fight to stop. But before they could even stop Volg, he delivered a powerful high and low combination called the White Fang that knocked Suzuki out, making Volg the winner and progressing him to the tournament finals against Ippo Makunouchi. Through this fight, it is shown to us how Volg acts in the boxing ring, seeming more like an uncaged animal than a human. This is even more emphasized from the comments of Takamura and Suzuki's trainer, comparing him to the likes of a wild wolf. Though these events paint a bad picture of Volg, do not be misled into thinking this is how Volg acts. Rather, it is hinted that Volg has a duality to his personality. This is even shown by when Ippo notices his face after the fight against Suzuki, showing a great remorse for what he had done. After the fight, Volg is shown to be a kind and soft-spirited person out of the ring by his encounter with Makanouchi in the Karakuen Hall train station. Volg then requested to have a conversation before Ippo helped him. The two engaged in this conversation, which is a pivotal step in both of their boxing careers. This is the conversation where Volg asks Ippo, the pivotal connection between all boxers, what is boxing to him? Whilst Ippo was confused at the question, he gave his answer, which was that he had a strict admiration for the sport of boxing as it had been a pivotal inspiration in his life. And whilst Ippo finished his statement, he asked Volg the same question, but is given an answer he was not expecting.
Yes, I love it. I just love to box. Why would you ask me that, Vorg? Don't you like it?
I don't understand. Do I have to like it to do it?
No, that's not what I meant, but...
Our punches. They're so powerful that we can deliver a fatal blow to a normal man. Our hands are lethal. When I stop to think about this, it makes me very frightened.
But if you feel that way about it, then why have you made a career out of boxing?
I want to drink hot soup.
Hot soup?
Back in my homeland, my mother waits for me. She was forced to raise me all by herself. It took a great toll on her health. The winters back home are bitter and harsh. If I get my chance in this country, I'll receive lots of money, and I'll give my mother the help she needs. I want to go back home and drink the soup she made when she was healthy.
This quote is the main quote that made me feature everything I was going to make about this video. The fact that Volg is so self-sacrificing gives such a depth to his character. And this situation shows how unique of a character Volg is, because there isn't a singular character in the series that I could truly say shares his traits and ideology. The closest I could even think of a character that follows his traits would be Jason Ozuma back in the beginning of the series, but even then it is shown that he has a deep love for the sport, just a hatred to seamless violence. The next time Ippo and Volg meet, it is in the title challenge fight. Whoever wins is able to progress to the next stage and fight Eiji Dante, the current Japanese featherweight champion. Throughout the entire fight, blows were traded with furiosity that electrified the audience, each punch echoing the fighter's determination and skill. Volg's powerful hooks found their mark whilst pushing Ippo to his limits, whilst Ippo's relentless body blows gradually wearing down Volg's defenses. Though this fight is amazing, and I highly do recommend you to watch it and read it in your own time, I generally want to talk about what happens at the end of the fight and the events that take place after. Toward the end of the fight, both Ippo and Volg have been knocked down twice. They get up from their corners and both simultaneously head towards the middle of the ring to duke it out. But Ippo is in severely worse condition as his main form of offense, the Gazelle Punch, has been countered, whilst Volg's signature White Fang combination has been shown to be counterless. But in the quote-unquote 90th minute, Ippo is able to see Volg loosen up and deliver a straight right towards Volg's head, putting him down on the mat.
The Gazelle Punch!
simply was not enough. Volg's arms weakened, his legs loosened, and he ended up collapsing on the mat. But before he did, the viewers were granted a peek into his mind and were able to see a significant change happening inside. Which was, from his battle with Makunoichi, he learned that he truly did love boxing. Okay, sorry for the interruption, but this is my very first video, so I just want to say it's very long and I'm not an editor, so I need to break into 2 videos. Hopefully I'll continue this, but I just want to say thank you for everybody who stayed to listen to me yap for a good 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you to my friend Beans for the outro music, because he be making those fire beats. And thank you to Griff for the animations of chapter 993 plus of Volg's fights. Their respective channels will be in the bottom, I don't even know the word, that's how you know I'm an amateur. But thank you so much. And again, for everybody who's been helping me whilst I've been editing this shit, because it's very long. Except from Kirk. You know who you are, Kirk. You don't get anything in the end of the video. Okay, so hopefully you listen to my next bits. Thank you, goodbye.